Matheson for double coverage, our week 0 recap, where we're going to break down the games that we saw. Only the games we saw. So
I didn't see any games. Mine were blowouts.
Ow! Only the games we saw, so sorry SoCal, sorry MVC, sorry SLV, all the other ones.
St. Francis.
St. Francis, kudos to St. Francis for pulling out the win. But let's start at the top. Scotts Valley, what is that? Oh, this is
Sharks territory now. We're big fans. Big fans.
The preseason hockey's coming up.
Okay.
Gotta get excited
Football
for that.
state mascot.
Scotts Valley. Last year they played Evergreen Valley. They beat Evergreen Valley 31-21. This year they manhandled them 41-3.
Yes, they did.
Is Scotts Valley that much better, or is Evergreen Valley that much worse?
Evergreen Valley's a pretty good team.
Yeah.
I think. I mean, they're okay. But Scotts Valley just played a complete game, and they're a solid team. You know, they're much better. The much better team won convincingly.
Yeah.
You know, Jake Remberg ran for 3 touchdowns and 165 yards on 10 carries. I'm going to say that was kind of expected of him. He came out after 3 quarters.
Not bad.
Willie Johnston dominated as well. He scored a touchdown and nearly had a second one on a punt return that was called off on a penalty. And Jake Lobo, their quarterback, looked great as well. He was 9 of 11 for 77 yards, did everything that was asked of him. But the defense was phenomenal, and so was special teams. Mm-hmm. I mean, I think I probably saw the hit of the season out there. When
Already?
Yeah.
That's it?
It was a
We're
good
done.
hit.
We're done.
We're done. I'm done.
We're done.
Tristan Leonetti, a sophomore linebacker, absolutely annihilated Darian Concepcion. Now, what happened was, we didn't have a camera crew there, but we're going to do a reenactment for you just to show what happened. Willie Johnson gets the ball at the 45-yard line and runs, and then Tristan Leonetti, which would be you, lays hat on Darian Concepcion. All right? Oh! And that's the way it all unfolded.
I'm Leonetti.
Touchdown, penalty flag. Next play, it fired up.
Penalty flag?
I know, it was clean. It was clean. Next play.
It was clean?
It was clean.
Okay.
But anyway, no touchdown. Jake Remberg scored on the next play. First carry, 45 yards. I mean, it's just that
So
type
it was a momentum changer? Okay.
They ran away after that.
Why did they call the penalty?
Refs, man. The refs.
Refs. Come on, man.
All right. Good job, Falcons, on your win.
And the second game on our slate from Friday night was the only in-county battle. Pajaro Valley visiting Santa Cruz, and it was a big win for the Cardinals, 43-21.
1-0. The Cardinals contender.
Flipping the record. That's their motto.
Flipping.
Yeah. They didn't get their first win until week 8. Week 7 or 8 last year against St. Francis. So obviously starting off with the right foot, and the right foot being with Ashton Davis and Dale Stoller, they were the 2 big keys. Track meet of a football game. 3 touchdowns apiece for those 2 guys.
The right feet.
The right feet. But there's still more that I want to see from both teams.
Yeah.
Only because that third quarter, when Santa Cruz pulled away, they got 3 touchdowns in like 8 plays.
Wow.
So it's difficult.
Explosive,
maybe. Or PV was just not all there just yet, basically. You know what I mean?
And what's the argument though? Why was Santa Cruz there?
True. No, I'm not trying to take away anything from Santa Cruz, but it's one of those things where it's like, it was so quick that is Santa Cruz that good, or is PV not all there yet in midseason form just yet?
Well, they're 2 for 2, Jamboree, and now game 1.
That is true. That is true. But the Grizzlies, penalties galore. 13 penalties, 110 yards by my count.
Yeah. Which
is probably wrong. There's probably more than that, maybe.
Every game this weekend's like that. Always the first couple of weeks to set the tone,
Yeah. So I mean, they have to clean that up, obviously. But I like some of the things that they did. Just with Cantrell had a decent game. They managed to kind of contain them a little bit. But he's still powerful to bring down between the tackles. But yeah, Davis, Stoller, they're going to be fun to watch.
6 TDs. I like what Santa Cruz did there. Scored a lot. That's kind of cool.
Yeah. Game 3 and the final game on our slate, Haba, as my father might say. Haba playing Mills.
That's Bostonian.
Yeah. Well,
You got to explain. So people thought you were Spanish.
Well, I used to wear the Red Sox after 8 episodes.
I'm
no one
sitting
saw
next
that.
to Sergio Garcia is right next to me. Let's talk about your golf swing.
Sergio Garcia.
You kind of look like him a little bit.
He's Spanish.
You look like him.
We're talking about Boston.
We're talking about Harbor.
Haba!
All right. The Pirates.
Sure.
Thought they were going to win, didn't we? We wanted them to, I guess. Okay, anyway,
we were on the bandwagon.
We were on the bandwagon. Well, the bandwagon the tire was punctured this week.
Okay. It was too bouncy. Kicked us off.
Wasn't so good.
No.
Wasn't a good day.
No. Big win for Mills.
Yeah.
How big, Jim?
Well, it was 53-28 for those Mill Vikings. Antonio Jeffrey went off last year. He went off again. He scored 4 touchdowns, 3 rushing, 1 with an interception return.
Yeah.
Victor Blitzov, I mispronounced that name for sure, but he had a couple touchdowns.
You butchered it.
Maybe if I was from Boston.
Yeah.
That's not even a good accent.
No.
And Marquise Atkins. They had a brand new quarterback, Marquise Atkins, and he did well as well. So they had a trio of studs. They're very good at the skill positions, and they just simply outplayed Harbor.
Enough about Mills. How did Harbor?
Harbor. The Harbor. Milo Small had a pretty decent game, at least yardage-wise. He passed for 365 yards.
Ho!
Hooah! That is the second highest total in Harbor history. Go figure.
That's good.
Yeah,
there you go. Yeah.
A flash from the past. Rob Atkinson passed for 413 yards in 2008.
Bobby.
Against Aptos.
Yeah.
Good game. I remember that game like it was yesterday. Matheson was double-teamed all game. He still had 161 yards receiving, 9 catches, 2 touchdowns. He's a stud.
But, is this something to build off of at the very least? 28 points?
28 points.
It's not like they got shut out.
Yeah, but it's a C-League opponent, so let's be real about that. The part I'm being most real about...
But I saw Mills. They were pretty athletic. They were...
They're athletic.
Yeah, they weren't no slouch.
But they have a 28-man roster, and didn't have a whole lot of size on the line.
What did Harbor have, though? Roster-wise.
Harbor will be in contention for a third, fourth place spot if they get their stuff together.
Okay.
But they're missing some key guys on defense. They're still without Brian Batista at linebacker, and one of their sophomore guys is 14 years old. He has to get clearance, doctor's clearance to play. He's one of their captains. He's their middle linebacker. Alan Silva is the man. So they're missing him as well. And they just didn't tackle. And Coach Cox said they're a great tackling team. They just didn't do it yesterday.
Okay. So I think like 20 points, second most yardage. There's pieces to build.
Yeah, there's plenty of pieces.
Okay. Oh my God, that's it. That's the show.
It is?
Yeah.
It just started.
Week 0's in the books, also known as week 1, every other part of the universe.
Is it really?
Yes, week 0 is a stupid name to call a week. There, I said it. But that's it. That's our show. We're going to have recaps coming up, previews coming up later this week, and then recaps of those games. You can follow us on Twitter. Also on Tout, which is like this cool video app thing. It's 45 seconds.
Tout it out.
Basically, like the Vine guys got together and were like, wow, 6 seconds totally sucks.
Let's go 45.
Let's go 45. Okay. That's what the Tout guys were like. And they're like, oh my God, that's great.
Brilliant.
So get us on Tout. You can follow us on Google Play. We have an app on Google Play. Check that out.
How do you like them apples?
Yes! And it's coming soon to the App Store on iOS. Also, check us out online where we have tweets and blogs and stories and slideshows and pictures and photos and slideshows and
everything.
Tweets.
Pretty much everything.
And that's at santacruzsentinel.com/.